Hello, my beautiful sweet angels. I really hope this fan isn't loud. I feel like it is going to be, but it's just really hot that I don't think I can record with my windows closed because I don't want my neighbors to hear, and with my AC off because my AC makes a lot of noise. I don't have like central air at this place. I have one of those things you plug in, like the ones in the window, which I hate. I grew up without AC. Like, I have no reason to be picky, but I hate it. I feel like it doesn't make much of a difference. Like 5 minutes later, after you turn it off, and it's blazing hot in here. I am trying today. It's a place called King Coney, I believe. It's in the north side of Houston. It's really close to my old high school, which is so weird. I wanted to try it out. It's a black-owned business, so I hope it's really good, and I hope that you guys try it out if you are in Houston. I think one is regular, which I think is this one, the classic. No, I'm not gonna be guessing. I'm gonna look it up. So we have the classic. We have the H-Town with this, which is the one with the jalapenos. The sweet heat has pickles, which I'm not too excited to try that one. And then the chili cheese onion, which I am excited to try that one, and the H-Town because I like jalapenos. I should have got a lemonade, but the prices are so good. This thing was $10. I'm gonna try the classic first. No bullshit, these are so good. And it's crazy because I've been wanting to film a hot dog mukbang for a while now. I have an old one, but I've been wanting to film a more recent one. And I was gonna go to Good Dog, which is one of my favorite hot dog places because they have the tofu dogs. I don't know if the next one is gonna be better. There's no way. It's just that classic one was bomb. She knows what she's doing. You can also text to pick up, which I really like especially people with anxiety. You don't have to call. I thought that was really cool. I feel like more places should do that. I'm just obsessed. So far, I think the classic has been my favorite, but the H-Town is really good. All of them are really good, no exaggeration. So let me start telling you about this dude I met at the park. Oh my god, so I go to the park every weekend now. Sometimes I go running, like up the hills, which is why I'm kind of, you can't really tell, but I'm a little darker. In videos, I look super light. I look light skinned, but I feel like I'm kind of like a medium brown in person. But anyways, I go every weekend now. I go running on the hills, and or I go biking, or I just go running in general. And I go to multiple parks. Like, I try to switch it up because I don't want to get murdered. I've been getting approached by people, which is pretty, like, it's a boost of it boosts my self-esteem because it's like, I honestly was feeling that my options were starting to become limited. I was like, man, I'm gonna end up with some dude from Northside that has like 4 baby mamas, and everybody in Northside knows each other. If you're from Houston, everybody knows each other. So I was like, I'm gonna end up with someone's cousin's baby mama's brother. Like, it's just, I feel that I was gonna end up with someone close to home, which I don't want. I want someone at least from the south side. Like, if you date someone from the south side, you're in a long distance relationship because Houston is big as hell. But anyways, I've been going, and like, I get approached a lot, and I'm like, damn, you know, like, maybe I am that bitch. Maybe I am. I got approached by this one dude. He was hot. I can't lie. Like, he was very, very attractive, tall as hell. I was running, and I felt someone behind me staring at my butt, and I don't want anyone to have a free look at my butt bouncing around. So I stopped and I let them go, and it was this very beautiful, attractive man on a bike. He went, and then I let him go. he went on his bike and I went running. And then as I was further off, I seen him coming my way, and I was like, I wasn't thinking too much of it, but then he stopped me and he started chatting it up. He gave me his number. Well, I gave him my number, and then he was like, call me right now. That's how they get you. Like, that's how you can't escape, when they tell you to call you right now. Call them right now. So fast forward, later that day he texted me and he was like, you know, how'd your run go, whatever, this and that. We were texting for a bit, and then he was like, you wanna hang out tonight? And I was like, I don't really like when people immediately want to hang out. To me, I guess it's just me, and I'm really trying to learn lately to not be so much like stuck in my old ways, because I don't want to push away the wrong people. But personally, I do not like when I try hanging out immediately, because what if we don't vibe in person? Like, I kind of need to get to know you a little bit over text. Like, even if it's like a week, you know, a week, and then we can hang out. You know, I don't really like to hang out immediately. And for him to say that night, I was like, dude, I don't even know you. Let me describe him. It's like 6'2" or 6'4", whatever. He's 6'2", and he had braids. I love long hair. I love braids. To me, that's just so attractive. And he was like a beautiful brown. He was a Dominicano, black Dominican. So he was really, really attractive. This dude looked probably like 36, and I don't mind. I don't mind older men, because I just don't mind older men. I mean, I've said it before. I feel like a lot of them have their shit together a little more often. Everyone my age, you know, they're kind of struggling, which is understandable. Like, the economy, you know, like the way this whole system is built, like, it's hard. But older people, they usually have more, you know. And I am in an okay place in my life, so I don't really want to build anyone up. I hate to say it, that sounds cocky, that sounds picky. People have told me I'm picky, but I personally, I don't want to build someone up. You know, someone else can do that. Just like I wouldn't want anyone to build me up. You know, the stuff I have is by myself, just like I would, you know. So that's me. But he told me he had just turned 29, and I was like, damn, like, you look kind of old. And black don't crack, but he looked kind of older, because he had gray hair and everything. But I was like, whatever, I'm not gonna question it, whatever the fuck. He was like, you want to hang out? I couldn't hang out, and he was like, okay, tomorrow. And then the next day came, and I just didn't want to hang out, and I was like, I canceled. And he seemed pretty bothered, and I was like, whatever, I don't really care. Maybe we can hang out the next day. And that was Monday. And he had told me that we were gonna go swimming. He had at his apartment complex, whatever the fuck. So I was like, whatever, I mean, I don't have to go inside this dude's place. It just, like, that's fine. I don't like to go over to people's places on the first time, because first of all, I don't feel safe. Second, when you go over to people's places, they kind of get the idea that, like, you're down for anything. And I wish it wasn't like that, because sometimes I'm like a homebody a lot of times, and I wish I didn't have to go out places, but that's just the way things are. So I've kind of made it a point to always go out and meet people out in places, because if not, they're like, she's down to fuck, when it's like, bitch, ain't no one trying to fuck your crusty ass. Damn, I'm trying to get to know you. What's your favorite color? Shit. The day came, and I brought my own drinks, because I don't want anyone to spike me. But he had asked me, you know, like, if I wanted him to buy any drinks, and I had told him yes, but I bought my own drinks. You know, just, you gotta be safe. And I hate that I have to take all these precautions, but, like, you just can't trust people. I went over to his apartment complex. Bro, Tell me why he lives in the same complex of this other dude I used to date from my old job like 2 years ago when I worked at Wells Fargo. He was one of our wealthy customers, and he lives in the River Oaks area. So if you're not from Houston, the River Oaks area is the wealthy side of town. You know, they have money. A lot of the customers, and I used to work in that area, and so I would see their accounts, and a lot of these customers are honestly like millionaires, and if not, they have like 6 figures. They're very, very rich and shit. So for him to live there, I was like, okay, he has money, which that's not my main goal. You know, I was genuinely interested in this person. I got there, had a vodka bottle there that it was brand new. I seen that it still had the little ring thingy, and you know, to break off, you know, showing that it's new. And we took a shot of that. That shit literally tasted like pure alcohol. It was awful. When I got in the water, I was already feeling it. First of all, I was like, I'm not gonna bring a bathing suit. I have bathing suits, but I was like, I'm not gonna bring a bathing suit just on the basis of like, I don't want any man to see me like half naked. Like, no, I just didn't want that. I don't like wearing bathing suits around men. So I came in shorts and like a tank top. I was like, nah, I'm good. And I probably look like corny to him, but it's like, whatever, I don't care. Okay, this is the Sweet Heat one. I don't like the pickles because I don't really like sweet pickles in general, but take it off and you're fine. So we got in the water and we were vibing pretty well. I can't lie, like it was going good. It was going really good. We ended up making out that night, and I could tell he wanted me to go upstairs to his house, you know, his little loft condo, whatever the hell it is. And I was like, you know, I'm good, I'm actually gonna go home. So I took off. The next day he was like, hey, you should come over. You should invite me over so we can cook. And I was like, after being at his place, I was like, if he comes over, he's gonna be like, man, you live like in under twigs and shit, because my house does not compare to his. And I know it's not a competition, but it was like, my place is small, you know. I have like a little tiny place. It's the most basic stuff, like it's a roof, and his is like, his place was really nice. So I just felt kind of like weird and shit. So I was like, we can cook at your place. And he was like, okay, yeah, you should come over and we can cook. Bitch, I went over later that day and I was like, okay, so what are we gonna cook? He was like, I don't have groceries. I was so angry, mainly on the fact that I had just got out of work, and when I got out, I just showered and then got dressed really fast and I went over to his place. So like, how you not gonna have groceries? I'm hungry. I'm legit hungry. And you know, when I'm hungry, I get angry. So I was like, well, you're gonna have to feed me because I came over here like hungry. And so he bought me pizza. We started drinking wine and we were watching something. And I already felt weird because I don't want to be at your house. Like, I just don't want to be in your house and shit. I want to, like, if we're going to be drinking and stuff, we can go out to a bar. Not that I want to spend money. It's just that for my safety, you know. But I was like, nah, dude. I was just telling myself, like, nah, you're overthinking it. Like, everything's going good. Like, don't fuck it up just because, you know, you have certain trust issues and stuff. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, talking to myself because I'm the realest bitch I know. And finally he just started getting like too touchy-feely, dude, like way too feely. And I was like, hey, like, I told him straight up, like, I'm not feeling comfortable, you know, like I don't want you to do all this. And he was like, all right. You know, he would stop and then he would start again. And like, I was honestly starting to get very, very frustrated, especially because I was eating my pizza too. Like, he was like trying to kiss up on me, and I'm like, hey dude, like, there's a time for everything. And you know, we could have made out later that night, but it's just like, you're not, I'm trying to eat. Like, that was the main thing. Like, I was trying to eat and you're over here. Like, finally I tried to grab my phone, which I had left on the counter over there, across, all the way over there. And I went to go get my phone and he was like, no, don't get it. And I was like, why not? And he was just like, I don't want you on your phone. And I was like, okay, you don't, okay. And I was just like, well, you don't like Instagram? And he was like, nah, I don't mess with that. And I was like, you don't have one? And he was like, nah, I don't have one. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. told me why I went to go sit down, and then he got his phone and he was like, oh, I need to check something real quick. And he had one of those phones that had like the cover or whatever, you know, like those old people, how old people have it, they have that little cover on it. When he turned it on, like immediately, the first thing that came up on the screen, he was looking through his Instagram likes. Okay, I spend a lot of time on Instagram, I can't lie, so I know what Instagram likes look like. I know there's a difference between Facebook and Instagram, and I know what I saw. And I was like, this motherfucker lied. Like, he is straight up liar. I didn't say anything because I was like, oh, I just didn't want to say anything. Oh, but another thing I forgot to mention was that when I first got his number, I spent like an hour trying to find his number, like on the system. I try to reverse phone search numbers whenever I get them, just because like sometimes it shows you like their background and stuff, like if they've ever been charged with anything. Like, you don't want to date a pedophile, you know, like that's my main thing. Like, people hide a lot. So I did search his phone number and I couldn't bring anything up. There's only one site that did tell me that he was using a like one of those texting apps and shit, and I thought that was weird. And so when I went over that night that I'm talking about, I mentioned it. I was like, how come you don't have an iPhone? And he was like, I do. And I was like, how come your messages turn up green? And he was like, oh, I turn them off because I don't like all that. And I was like, okay. I didn't really question it. Bitch, tell me why. I finally got a good look at his phone and it was an Android. And I was like, dude, like, it was just like little things like that he was lying about. Like, I also feel like he lied about his age and stuff, because I really feel like he was older, and I wouldn't have minded that, you know. But I think in conclusion, the whole thing is where I'm getting at, is I think he either had a girlfriend, a wife, or a kid. More than likely, like, he clearly makes good money, so this little condo thing he has is probably like the place he uses for himself, and then he has a whole family on the side and stuff. That's what I'm thinking, because a lot of times these people hide girlfriends, and they really do. They really hide their whole family, and that's why I don't trust nobody. And that night, I was just like, I told him straight up, I was like, I think I'm not gonna talk to you anymore. He was like, okay, like, that's cool, whatever. I went home, and then that was kind of it. He has texted me since. He's tried to hang out. I ignored him at first, but then yesterday he texted me and he was like, hey, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then he was like, oh, well, you know, like, what are you doing tonight, this and that? And I was like, you know, like, hey, can you like stop texting me this? I'm not trying to have issues with you, but I don't want anything to do with you anymore. And he was like, okay, I respect it, this and that. And I was like, okay, you take care. And that was it. There was more to the story, and I had posted it in my close friends list that I thought he was like a sex trafficker, and to an extent I kind of do still think he is, but I don't want to, like, sometimes I feel like I'm dramatic and I don't want to like scare myself, you know, or I just think I'm maybe dramatic, but there's a lot of other things he lied about. And if he's not a sex trafficker, considering he had like all this fucking money, lying about his phone and stuff, then he definitely has like another life, or he's hiding something, because clearly like he's lying about all these things, and it's just so unnecessary. Because yeah, I mean, he's a very good looking man, so I wouldn't put it past him. It was just weird. That's one of like the many dating things I've been through recently, and I'm sure there's many more to come, because I got hoes. And I've been meeting a lot of people. This park, and the thing is that I'd be going, like, I go to the park looking like a mess, but honestly, people see my ass and they come running. It's really empowering. I'm like, damn, this ass just be like reeling people in. Anyways, I ate 3 hot dogs. I didn't finish this one. I didn't really like it. I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini story time. Dude, my trust issues are just becoming like worse and worse, because motherfuckers just be lying. No reason. Anyways, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.